Man.
What a slugfest. What a prize fight.
51-45. The Cardinals do prevail when Carlos Dansby returns an Aaron Rodgers fumble, 17 yards for a TD. Green Bay had won the toss and looked like after the crier Neil Rackers, former Bengal, which means he's a loser. Tell you get Bengalized, man. Once you wear that orange and black, your career's done.
Well, I was laughing because I was talking to Matt during the fourth quarter, and I said, you see all this going on, and then you look over and you see Rackers on the sideline and whatnot, and I'm just laughing. I said, what if the game comes down to him? We hang up the phone. Or no, I didn't even mention. I meant to mention I didn't. And after the kick, I just ring, and then he picks up, and he let me say hello. He goes, that's a former Bengal. I go, oh, yeah, I know. I just wondered if you remembered what that looked like.
Let me give you this.
But he's got a leg. Rackers had a leg.
Well, he was 16-17 this year.
Yeah,
I mean, he'd only missed once now. Here's the thing about the Bengals and these blowhard fans that drives me crazy, okay? Yeah, you can talk injuries. You didn't play for the Cardinals yesterday, Anquan Bolden, who, along with Larry Fitzgerald, give him one of the best receiving tandems in the NFL. Did you see what early Doucette did? Mm-hmm. They couldn't stop the dude. A guy steps in. Suddenly you got Fitzgerald, Doucette, and Breston because they had Woodson on Fitzgerald all day. So tired. There are no excuses. There are none. You either can win when it counts or you can't. Also yesterday, the Baltimore, we beat you twice, Ravens, beat the New England Patriots 33-14. Ray Rice with an 83-yard TD on the first play from scrimmage for the Ravens, and they smacked down the Patriots. Saturday, Jets, we know by now, over the Bengals, and, of course, Saturday evening, right now, I think the team playing better than anybody, the Dallas Cowboys wallop the Philadelphia Eagles. So this week, Saturday, Arizona at New Orleans, 4:30 kickoff there, followed by Baltimore against the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. That's Saturday night. Sunday, it'll be Dallas at Minnesota. Hard for Green Bay to play. They're out. Followed by the Jets at San Diego. So those are some good games. All right, college basketball. Yesterday, Kansas losing, the nation's number one, at Tennessee. So that leaves just two unbeatens. Texas and the UK Wildcats. UK over Georgia on Saturday. Kentucky 16-0. They're at Florida tomorrow night. Louisville hosting Villanova this evening, but a big second half by the Xavier Musketeers, who trailed at George Washington by 11. Jason Love with 12 of his 19 in the final 20 minutes. Xavier rallies to win on the road 76-69. Musketeers now 2-0 in the Atlantic 10 Conference. UC not so lucky on Saturday. They fall at Seton Hall in Miami. They're just brutal. They were pummeled by Buffalo. Not good. One other, I'll tie this into college. Two college football coaching notes. USC's Pete Carroll apparently has resigned, so says the LA Times, as head coach of the Trojans. He's expected to be named today as the Seahawks' new president and head coach. 5-year deal worth apparently around $35 million for Carroll, who coached previously with the Jets and Patriots, compiling a 33-30 combined record. And Tommy Tuberville introduced yesterday. He, of course, formerly of Auburn. He took this year off. He's the new man at Texas Tech University. I don't know whether you saw, but on Friday, UC announcing 7 of its assistant coaches. The only holdover for the UC football program is Kerry Combs, the associate head coach, defensive backs coach, joining Butch Jones' staff. And, of course, now everybody working feverishly. Funny, Urban Meyer, apparently his leave hasn't. That's the weirdest circumstance ever. He's working on recruiting. Leave hasn't started yet. Now they say he'll coach next year. Very strange. I don't get any of that.
Yeah, it's one of those, if I give up this gig, will I ever be able to get it back?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that is part of it. NBA, the Cavaliers win handily at Portland. Hockey, the Blue Jackets win at home. Nationwide Arena, they shut out the Dallas Stars 2-0. Cyclones, they're in action tomorrow night. They're back at U.S. Bank Arena against Wheeling, 7:30 face-off there. And the Reds, how about this? The Reds making news. We'll talk to Paul Doherty, mostly about the Bengals, but I'll ask him about this. Apparently, the Reds set to announce at noon today that the highly touted Cuban defector Aroldis, or something like that, Chapman, he's 22, he's a lefty. He's been compared by some to Randy Johnson, been clocked fastball at 102 miles per hour, pitched for Cuba in the World Baseball Classic last year, that fraudulent event. Apparently, the Redlegs set to announce a 5-year, $25 million or $30 million, somewhere in there. Rest assured, it's a lot for the Cuban lefty. And that's Reds, that to my knowledge, that's the first time that they ever have gone after somebody that a lot of the other major market teams are pursuing as well. So there you have it. We'll see. Noon today, they're expected at a news conference to make that official. There you have it.
It's kind of a cool twist.
It is a cool
for the
twist.
Reds.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, honest, if you're going, the one thing nobody can argue, you can argue running game and defense in football. You cannot argue against pitching in baseball.
Yeah.
And you can never have too much. So stay tuned for more details on that. All right, let's get a check. We've had some issues out there. Actually, one issue north of the Ohio, one south. How we looking, Sally? Your latest 96 Rock traffic.
Well, 75 South still pretty much parking lot from 275 now to an accident just past Paddock. Only the left lane is open. It's at least an hour delay now. 71, no longer a good alternative. It is stacked up from before Fields Earl basically to Red Bank, an extra 40 minutes there. If you're coming out of Oxford, the southbound lanes of 27 are blocked by an accident near Ross Millville. They're going to make you use that. The backup starts before New London. Linwood and Observatory, the lights are not working. Linwood very slow from Paxton down. Westwood Northern is ugly, Angie says. No less than 4 wrecks reported at Montana, Beekman, Baltimore, and Fife. See anything else? Angie's at 241 cars, 241-2277. It's going to be cloudy today. Snow showers during the afternoon or evening. Accumulation up to an inch possible, and a high today.
The reason.
29. Yep.
You
Flurries.
said snow. Look what happened.
I know, it's my fault. Flurries early today or tomorrow, partly sunny the rest of the day, and a high tomorrow 31. Wednesday mostly clear, and a high 37. Right now it's cloudy and 20.
All right, it is indeed. It's 7:51. I am Gamble. He is Finn.
I'm Sister Karen. It's 3 days grace.
On Cincinnati's Pure Rock, 96 Rock.
Day dawning in Cincinnati morning radio. Gamble and Finn. Mornings on 96 Rock.
I'm going to surprise you, Ralph.
You are.
I found
put your pants on.
I found a reality show that I'm going to watch.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
It debuts March the 2nd on the Golf Channel. It's called Being John Daly.
Oh, I'll watch that.
It's literally a reality television series focusing on the latest attempt by Daly to put his life and his game back on track.
See, that's not to me as much a reality. That's as big a fantasy as any other show.
He's lost 116 pounds.
Wow, he's lost a person.
That's a lot. He's gone from 298 to 182. It started with the lap band surgery.
Oh, it's
43. He lives out in Arkansas, where he owns the Lions Den. That's not a golf club around here, but he owns the Lions Den Golf Club.
Yeah.
Think Big JD's ever been to the Lions Den on his way up to Muirfield?
Yeah.
Up I-71. I'll tell you one thing about that Lions Den. You won't miss the sign.
No.
Holy.
You can see it from space.
I'm expecting a lion to literally come out in front of you on the highway and go, roar, and put you over that way. Get you off the exit.
Is that what would happen?
All right, coming up in this hour, we'll chat with Paul Doherty of the Inquirer, Cincinnati.com. That wasn't a good line roar, was
No.
it? How would a line? Well, give me a better line.
I mean,
roar.
it's much like the Bengal Tiger.
Like
the Bengal Tiger.
Would that be a lion roar? That sounded like a...
See, that was more like
No,
yours sounded like the Aztec.
Mine sounded like
or
a-
something.
The Aztec didn't make it to
Couldn't
the new
make it
building.
over here. How you
No.
transport an Aztec
We lost
from...
him in Radio Baghdad.
Yeah, you can't... Aztec likes it down there and over the Rhine.
Yeah, I think that's probably
Troll. All right, keep
better
it locked
suited.
in.
Yeah.
I am Gamble. He is Finn. She is the sister. And we will continue in search of a better line right here on Cincinnati's Pure Rock, 96 Rock.
Gamble and Finn are back.
OMG, comma, no exclamation point.
On 96 Rock.
8:06 rolling along on this Monday, January the 11th. The off season is underway for the Cincinnati Bengals because they went down on Saturday to the New York Jets 24-14, and he certainly wrote about it for Sunday's edition of the Inquirer and Cincinnati.com. There's a column in there today as well. You can catch him weekly on SI.com. He's all over the place. He is one Paul Doherty. Doc, how you doing this morning?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing okay. Now, Doc, let's go back to Saturday's game against the Jets. And let me ask you, season as a whole, and obviously much better than last year when there was a time when people wonder if the Bengals were even going to win a game. But with the way that it ended down the stretch, losing 4 out of 5, do you still consider this season a success?
Oh, yeah, sure. I think they and you know what, Gambo, the thing about the NFL, guys come and go so much. It's very hard to duplicate year to year this sort of, I don't know, for lack of a better word, chemistry, camaraderie, whatever that these guys had this year. They won't have it again next year. You just don't get that.